Next weekend it's time for the grandest spectacle in all of sports entertainment. WrestleMania! I'm so excited. We are doing predictions early because there's so much to predict. If other matches are made official, we will discuss them on things you might have missed. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you've already hit the subscribe button and please like the video. It really does help the video perform well on YouTube. So I really do appreciate that. But there are so many matches for WrestleMania this year because obviously it's over 2 nights. We'll discuss everything and possible matches. And of course, if you don't want to watch the entire video, there's a hack for you. In the description, there's timestamps. You can just click that and it will take you to the match you want to talk about and the match you want my opinion on. It's all there for you. You haven't got to watch the entire thing. I'm not that evil to you guys. But let's get on with the predictions and start off with the biggest match of WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Champion versus champion. Winner takes all. I am so looking forward to this. I don't care what people on Twitter say. This is the modern equivalent of Rock and Austin. WWE have built this feud up brilliantly. And I can't wait to see what happens. Now, I'm going to make an early prediction here and say Roman Reigns wins. I think we all expect that. The majority of us anyway. But what if that wobbly walrus Paul Heyman decides maybe Brock Lesnar is his client after all? Could you imagine one last swerve in this story? I don't know. I really don't know. That would be different, wouldn't it? I still think Roman. I think Roman, and I'm going to even go out on an even bolder prediction. And I'm going to predict at the end of WrestleMania, Roman Reigns holds up both championships and The Rock shows up. I think we get Rock at the end of night 2. I think it's just going to happen. I think they're going to build to Rock and Roman. And having him make an appearance could be doing that. I'm going to say it. Roman wins. Rock shows up. Speaking of showing up, Cody Rhodes. Is he going to be at WrestleMania? Obviously, this is recorded before Raw, before Mania. So he might show up there. That might be a thing. And if you're watching this in hindsight, I'm sorry. But if Cody doesn't show up on Raw next week, it is most likely he's going to be at WrestleMania. And we all predict he's going to face Seth Rollins. That's a dirt sheet rumour. It's pretty clear from what they're doing on TV. So if this match does take place, there's no way Cody Rhodes loses on his first match back. So I'm going to say it. Cody Rhodes for the win. And do you know what? If I'm WWE, I would make Cody in that main event league alongside Roman Reigns as quick as possible, because that's a huge statement to make to AEW, the wrestlers there. Maybe it's more nicer to be in WWE, and to the fans. So I'm going to predict Cody to win. Becky Lynch goes one-on-one with Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title. This is a feud that dates back to SummerSlam. Long-term storytelling, and it's really heated up in the last few weeks. I do, though, think Bianca Belair wins. I think it's her redemption story. She's going to defeat Becky Lynch, win back the championship that Becky stole for her in mere seconds. It's going to happen. Bianca Belair is the next big thing in WWE. She is the next Becky Lynch. She is the next Charlotte Flair in that league of names. And there's no way they're going to have her lose, I don't think. I think Becky will be fine with a loss. I don't think that's going to damage Becky Lynch at all. I'd be interested to see what they do next with Bianca. I wouldn't give her a long reign. She's had that. I'd give her a short reign, but just that moment to overcome Becky Lynch is what her character, it's what Bianca Belair desperately needs. So, yeah, 100%. Bianca Belair to win this one. And then we move on to Edge versus AJ Styles. This is going to be great. A dream match is happening at WrestleMania for sure. I love Edge's new theme song. I love Edge's new character. So freaking cool. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I think this is Edge putting AJ back into that main event scene. And I think that's what they're using this match for. I think Edge is a legend. He's a veteran. Again, the loss doesn't hurt him in the slightest. Edge can go on and do whatever he does next in WWE. AJ Styles, though, is here full time. And if you have AJ beat Edge, there's your path to AJ being in the main event. Now, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Of course, Ronda Rousey won the Women's Royal Rumble to get this match with Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This is going to be exciting. As much as we hate Charlotte Flair and as much as some fans might dislike Ronda Rousey, I think they're going to put on a hell of a match. I think their match will be good. I don't see Charlotte winning, though. I don't think Ronda's going to come back to lose to Charlotte Flair. So, for that reason, I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey. Austin Theory goes one-on-one with Pat McAfee. This is going to be fun. Pat McAfee's one of those loose cannons that we've watched him go in NXT. We know he can go in the ring. That's not a problem. But how's he going to perform with someone young like Austin Theory? This is going to be a very interesting match for a lot of reasons. I think the fans will be solidly behind Pat McAfee. He's so over. It's great. And for that reason, I think this is Vince McMahon giving Pat McAfee his WrestleMania moment that he's always dreamt of. So yeah, easy. Pat McAfee for the win. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin is the best they could pull out for Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is probably the top babyface on SmackDown. And they give him Happy Corbin. Come on, WWE. This is one match for me that I think's disappointing. I'm sure it's going to be fine on this show. I'm sure Drew's going to do an amazing job. He always does. But yeah, it's very, very clear. Drew McIntyre wins. Surely, right? Please. Please. I mean, do you remember when Corbin beat Kurt Angle? Anything is possible in the WWE, but I gotta go with it. Drew McIntyre to win. How can you go against him? Kevin Owens will have Stone Cold Steve Austin on the KO show. I'm looking forward to this. Rumoured to main event night 1. So that would be interesting if it does. Do you know what? As much as dirt sheets are saying it's not, I'm still convinced this is going to turn into a match. I could be completely wrong. Obviously, I'm not in a WWE creative meeting. But nonetheless, I think the way Stone Cold's been talking, there's interviews with him talking about getting ring ready and proving this to himself. Well, you've done stunners before. You've done fights before. So, unless it's a match, what have you got to prove? And that's what makes me think this will turn into a match. Maybe even at night 2. That's a possibility. Stone Cold in Texas is going to get probably the biggest pop of the night. Let's not lie. It's going to be fun. And obviously Kevin Owens is going to get stunned out of his boots. I can't wait to see it. Obviously, I'm a mark. But now we move on to a tag team match between the Mysterios, Rey and Dominik, versus Miz and Logan Paul. I think with Rey being the 2K cover star and all the promotion they're doing for that recently, I think the Mysterios win. I think it's a very easy way for Rey Mysterio to get a big win on a big stage. And yeah, the way Miz and Logan are acting, like Miz taking the mask off Rey and stuff, easy babyface win for me. So yeah, the Mysterios for the win here. The Raw Tag Team titles are on the line in a triple threat match as RK Bro defend against the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. Whole new attitude lately, by the way, for the Street Profits, which is great. Love that. But I gotta go with them. They're one of my favourite things on Raw right now. The Alpha Academy. I really want to see them continue their reign as tag champs. They had it before, they lost it. Give it back to them, it's working. Why not? Alpha Academy for the win. The Usos defend the SmackDown tag titles against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be a good match. I've really been impressed by Rick Boogs. One of my favourite things to watch on SmackDown. Him alongside Nakamura. Great they transitioned Nakamura from the IC title to the tag titles. And I think for that reason, let's go with Nakamura and Boogs. I think give him the reign. Give him a chance. Nakamura and Boogs for the win. Carmella and Zelina defend the women's tag team titles against Sasha Banks and Naomi, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. A fatal 4-way when they had no tag teams a few weeks ago is pure genius by WWE. But nonetheless, I think we get new tag champs. I think Sasha and Naomi are going to win this. I think both of those deserve a reign right now. Although I want Liv to win, I think it's going to be a Sasha and Naomi victory. Now, Omos is set to go one-on-one with Lashley according to the dirt sheets. We don't know if that's official. We don't know if it's happening. If it does happen, then I'm going to predict the Giant wins. I think WWE are trying to put a rocket ship on Omos, so him defeating Lashley, I think, could be a thing. Also, I'll be interested to know what the plans are for Ricochet and the IC title. Nothing's come out yet. If I was WWE, I would look to do a ladder match, but looking at the roster, I really don't know who Ricochet could face. So that's a tough one for me. It'll be very interesting to see who, if anyone, they put Ricochet against at WrestleMania. We'll just have to wait and see. And I've not seen any word yet on an official announcement of the Andre Battle Royal or the Women's Battle Royal that normally takes place at WrestleMania. They might take place on the SmackDown prior. They might not happen at all. Again, we will have to wait and see if those battle royals take place. Again, though, with all the superstars being put in tag matches, I don't know if they've got the talent to do it. But we will find out. WrestleMania is not this weekend coming. It's the next weekend. Unless you're watching the video, then make sure you check the date because that might be a little bit awkward. Don't miss WrestleMania because you watched my prediction video. My God, that would be awful. Anyway, if you've watched this entire video, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. There's so much to talk about that it does feel like it maybe dragged on a little bit too long. Sorry about that. Make sure you've liked the video, and if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, share the video so your friends can find it. They can come and have their say, and of course I'll be replying to people in the comments all the way through till WrestleMania begins, so it's never too late to leave your comment. Make sure that you're following me on Twitter at CWrestlingUK, and I'll see you next time. That was a mouthful. I'm going to lay down. Peace!